Welcome back to the break room. I'm here with my, what do we call it at this point? What do we say?
Good.
Soulmates?
Yeah, my hetero life mate.
I gave him a kidney, so he owes me. I'm with Jay Washington, I guess Bound for Life by medical records. And we're going to watch Captain Marvel today.
Also, by the way, we didn't plan this color scheme.
No.
This just happened.
Two boys in maroon.
Damn right.
A maroon 2.
A maroon 2.
Not a 5. But this movie's a 10 out of 10. Let's get it going. All right, everybody. As you can see, no movie is complete without a sick shirt. Jay and I are wearing our Spider-Verse collection from nerdriot.shop. I've got a kind of a composite of all of the logos. Jay's got a Spider-Man reaching out through a dimensional portal.
Coming through the shirt.
Nerdriot.shop. The best way to support our channel is to buy some shirts, buy some merch. Thank you.
You know you want to have this in your collection.
They feel so good. They're so soft.
This feels good on the skin.
I'm going to take a little nap.
This was the one right after Stand Pass.
Yes.
Because it was like, okay, this is just heartbreaking. Because this was his last official live action, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If I didn't know this was a Marvel movie, I'd be like, yo, this is going to be a dope music video on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the jokester in me was like, yo, why was Brie Larson sniffing pixie dust?
Yes.
Want to fight?
I'm so glad this is a Marvel movie because let's just be real. Mm-hmm. This scene looks like there's tension between the two of them.
Yes, I was just thinking that. I'm like, man, kind of flirty.
Very flirty. You know what time it is? I can't sleep.
This also reminds me of Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes. But also, why'd they make Jude Law look like a vampire? Look at it. He looks like a vampire more than a Kree soldier.
Yeah. So she's just always got that in her back pocket.
Like, just, you know, I like the fact of the holo subway system. Like, yo, do they use holo tokens?
How do you get in? Can you jump?
Can you jump the turnstile in holo? Like,
who's Kree and ends up with that job?
I want to know: is there a Kree dude doing breakdancing on the train?
It's a buster.
Just all of a sudden, he's just like, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I just a minute of your time.
I don't want to interrupt anybody's day.
I am a performance artist."
It was the only thing that was confusing to me about this is these are like high-level Kree warriors,
right?
And they just out here riding public transportation like they Keanu Reeves.
To the most powerful thing on the entire
which is
planet.
AI, by the way.
Right.
One day predict in the future.
It's Chat GPT.
I won't let you down.
This is gaslighting at its highest form.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
This is gaslight. I never even used that phrase before, but this is literally gaslighting.
Like everything you're afraid might be lurking inside you. We're gonna stimulate right now. Be like,
and also, this ain't yours. We gave you this.
We can take it away.
We take it.
We'd be happy to. No context. We're getting the squad.
Let's just get a squad. And you got to have that slow motion walk.
Yes.
It's the weekend. Sorry, Solar. Sorry,
he prefers Abel.
Abel.
One thing I loved about this movie was it gave us a deeper context for the bad guys in Guardians 1.
Yes.
It was like, oh, here's why Jaimin Hansu is doing what he does.
This is why he does. But that's one of the things, too. Like, there is so much. We talk about this interconnectivity, this web, right? But people are like, oh, why we got to watch this? I mean, it's a giant story.
Right.
Just like the comic books are.
Yes.
This makes you realize that our human language is all alien because this is a Kree and he's British.
That's all they speak. Everyone in the entire galaxy has a little bit of English.
Has the Queen's English.
The Queen.
Again, visually already, this movie's amazing.
Yes.
Also, I think it's kind of dope that the first thing that her hair does was like, no, it's going to go in a mohawk. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to get a ponytail. It's not just you're going to get a straight mohawk. The gaslighting on Carol Danvers.
They just, the entire time they're like, you're too feisty.
Yeah, calm down. You
don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Do this. Don't get me wrong. When you're in a military or unit, you're supposed to stay together in certain things. But you know, like, she can literally handle this. Mm-hmm.
So we know one way you turn back into a Skrull.
You just, but also I get to understand comms are messed up, but I'd start sending up signal flares immediately.
Yeah, she doesn't tell anyone.
Like, hey, y'all out here being. All right.
That's a good weapon.
Just pick them up, throw them away.
You can lift people.
I remember when all the Air Force commercials were this scene. Mm-hmm. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a great recruit.
Absolutely. I don't think we're done with her in the MCU yet. Even though in WandaVision they were like, she's dead.
Cancer told us we're done with her.
I think it was a misdirect.
What?
She's like, I faked the diagnosis.
Now, so I'm gonna just be straight up and honest with y'all. So this was a scene. A lot of people were like, "Oh, look what they're trying to do," and it's like, no, this is a real thing that happens in army basic training and police basic training, where people try to say some of the recruits, whether they be smaller men or women, can't do it. At least she had a pedicure. Because if that was my feet, boy, it'd be like, yo, put some boots on him.
We've got to boot this man.
His feet look like the Flintstones.
Oh, no. His feet are monstrous.
You say his baby toe, it's going this way.
Trim his baby toe. This little piggy's going to hell. Why is that Skrull got to be so much uglier than the other ones?
Yeah, like he is just, let me tell you something. I'd be the one Skrull, shoot her.
Yeah. Well, give him time to answer.
I'll tell you something. Every last one of them are fired after this. Cause I don't care if it's one woman, one man, one puppet. If it's 12 of y'all and one person whoops you, you all are fired.
And she's handcuffed.
And her hands are restrained and barefoot. Step on her toes.
Gang, what happened on that ship was bad.
Let's rewatch the tape. Let's rewatch the tape right here.
Let's watch a little tape.
Okay, hear me out, Tom. Hear me out.
No, oh no, I'm scared.
What if Veers had a kink that she liked pain, and every time they kept electrocuting, she just was like, "Oh yeah, keep it going, keep it going."
So she never breaks out. She's like, "This is actually really good for me.
This is what everything I ever wanted." Again, visual effects. This movie is for a movie that has to be set space and aliens and everything. It's visually great, gentlemen. It will burn you. It's a great movie. Shouts out Jamie Lee Curtis's dancing skills. What chick great dancing skills?
I know. I just no. Now I'm thinking about it.
Oh, Clark Gregg with good hair. So young,
so fresh.
So I was like, we know this is Nick Fury, right? But I was like, yo, why do they have Augustus Gibbons from Triple X in this movie? Because that's exactly who he looks like. Is this Augustus Gibbons character?
The hairline is so aggressive.
It's so aggressive. It is so. I'll take you to Soul Train, baby girl. Go ahead, run for the train. All right, that's how you catch a train in LA.
If nothing else, she's a person that loves public transportation.
She's like, yo, we have one of these back on Holla. I know what this is.
I know this.
Look, Shorty with the headphones knows what to do. Let me just slide. Him reading the Mallrats script.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey, you body checked me outside. What if she was wrong?
What if just hypothetically that old lady had a twin? she just
my sister.
You hit Gladys. Shout out to the sister in the backdrop. Ooh. Black women, black women are like, you know what, girl, that's on you, bro. Remember when the internet was like, hi kids. So there are days when what used to be the internet like this, where in order to access it, if you weren't in what's called a library, you had to get a disc in the mail.
Oh my God. An AOL disc.
They gave you 120 hours worth of internet time.
And you could get them at Blockbuster.
At Blockbuster Video. And no one could use the phone in the house because you tied up the phone line. Why is it every time we see movies with those who do the autopsies, they're always so giddy about the autopsy?
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
I think that's kind of true to life, though. Because
it is? Oh, I didn't know.
People who work in morgues have to like desensitize to death because they're around it so much. They
just blowing stuff up.
I mean, they have to replace that now. Oh my God.
Okay, the Skrulls send me
by his side, but he doesn't realize he hurts her so much.
He makes his money the best way he knows how. What if? Hear me out.
I'm terrified with the level of excitement you came in with. This could be anything, but yes.
What if movies have actually kept getting it right with these secret government facilities? They be just thinking they make it up. And what if the government can be like, damn it!
Why do you guys keep guessing right that abandoned concrete structures in the desert are where we do everything?
All our black sites.
Impressive.
By the time we see Fury and Iron Man, he's so jaded and over it.
He's just been
shit. He'd be like,
here we go again, damn it. Now I got this goof ass billionaire.
I gotta deal with this alcoholic.
This alcoholic
But he's
goof
like,
ass.
back in the 90s, there was this fine.
You sat there and watched me play with tape when all you had to do was...
I didn't want to steal your thunder.
See, I don't think she gets enough appreciation for the banter of like.
People
focus too much on her power set in this movie. They don't appreciate the performance of her being kind of like a rebellious Kree soldier.
But also, real people would be like that in real life.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, wouldn't nobody? Yes, somebody would. Like, yo, I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Right.
I'd be an asshole. Like,
I don't know you that well. I'll let you do it.
I'll just let you have fun.
You seem very focused on lifting a fingerprint off of that.
I mean, you were into it with this tape.
What was I gonna do? Be like, hey, don't worry about it.
Again, how would you know what a records thing of classified stuff would look like?
At the beginning of this movie, because I ran in from my car, I was dripping with sweat. But I've since cooled off and I feel good. That's just a fun fact about me.
What?
I just, for the viewer, if they're like, man, he was so wet at the beginning of this movie. He was soaked with sweat. And now he's a responsible dry boy.
Know your enemy. It could be you.
Gaslighting. We're looking for a black man. He's loose. If you see some black, okay, they got one black dude. I think that was a black.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're gonna be okay.
They're gonna be okay.
This is a very diverse squad. There's 2 people of color. They like applaud themselves every day. At the end of the day, they're like, "We did great.
We did great.
Diversity is key."
Step on his nuts.
Give him the gas pedal.
Just. First of all, just shoot it. Shoot with regular bullets.
Whoa, she's a good pilot.
It's like she knows how to do this instinctually.
Wait a second.
You know what was perfect? I just now realized, because I know that we noticed little Monica, the hair, and then Tiana's hair. Well, Maria's younger Monica, older Monica's hair in WandaVision.
Yeah,
the bouncy hair, the same. You woke me up. That is such a '90s hairdo they put on Maria Rambeau.
It reminds me of like every teacher I had in elementary school.
That is a haircut from either A, Living Single, B, New York Undercover, C, In Living Color. She got a fly girl hairdo.
The kind of moment we've both been waiting for.
So she's just finding out that Carol is alive after 6 years of
and she's really calm.
Yeah, she's unfazed.
I mean, look, I know some people are like, well, wouldn't you be happy? Yes, you're happy.
Right.
But you're going to level of like, but you here. But you here.
Be a little suspicious. Why? What is happening?
I thought you died. When they filmed when they made those little pictures, you could tell that the two of them were having legit fun. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't just this is just work. There's something about what comes through a picture. Mm-hmm. Like if you and I take a picture together,
they know we don't like each other.
Yeah, this is only paid right now.
Bye.
You know, you really should be kinder to your neighbors. You never know when you're gonna need to borrow some sugar.
Should have shot him in the face.
The cat? This isn't what you're afraid of, is it?
That's not a cat. That's a flurkin.
It's a flurkin. So when I saw this first thing, not knowing about flurkins, did you ever see Stephen King's Sleepwalkers?
No. I avoid horror movies.
Oh my God, you have to see Sleepwalkers because they're these like giant cat-like monster things that feed on the souls of virgins.
Oh yeah, no, I should definitely watch that. Yeah. I don't like horror movies, but that sounds great.
And then they're afraid of cats.
See, I like that.
Skedaddle before you give me any more.
Now skedaddle.
Just remember the
Scoot.
okay?
That's the type of thing in that band tells you after a beautiful night. All right, young man, thank you for your time. You can skedaddle.
Skedaddle on out of here.
Skedaddle on out of here, young man. Shoot Jude Law in the face. I want to see the scene where the Watchers are like, we need this to happen to her right now.
Right.
Because clearly, like, the Watchers or the Beyonder, or here goes some nerd stuff. Because, like, this, look, the universe itself is supposed to make all these, but there are people that are chosen.
Right.
At this moment, she's being chosen.
But she's being chosen because she was like, you want this? I'm going to shoot it with my gun.
I'm going to sacrifice it. Sacrifice is always the greatest.
Oh, that's true. You think by the end of Secret Invasion, we're going to hate the Skrulls?
I think we'll hate the Super Skrulls.
Right.
I saw the ruins on Torfa.
Ruins that the accusers are responsible for.
I think because we're going to get, because there's a higher level of Skrulls.
Right. The ones that can actually do the powers.
They can, those are the ones that have evolved so far, they can replicate abilities.
But who do you think we're going to see in the show that's going to have an ability? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know yet, man.
Jay, tell me.
I don't. Listen, I'll see Fury, the Flurkin.
That's no cat.
That's no cat, that's Flurkin.
That's a flurkin.
You gotta do the finger like this, a Flurkin.
Get that. Why is that thing in here?
It's in here. But I think I can't, so I'm not as fully proficient with the Super Skrulls. Mm-hmm. But I know we're gonna see, because we have to, that's the only reason we can be going Secret Invasion. You have to be up in the ante, right?
Right.
Fury knows Skrulls out here. Mm. Fury knows that they've been in everything.
Right.
But I think the biggest fear of Fury and maybe even Hill is that one of the Avengers
is a Skrull.
Was.
Oh. Who would that be? Because it couldn't be Hulk, it couldn't be Tony, it couldn't be Nat.
Why couldn't it?
Because Tony died.
Why couldn't it be Nat? Well, Nat, she died. Yeah, she died. Okay, you can talk about anybody that's died.
Hawkeye?
Okay.
Could be Hawkeye.
No, he don't have hearing no more.
Good point. Okay. So that leaves Thor.
Nah, he's a slut.
Cap?
Steve could, if Steve comes back younger.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason Chris Evans comes back younger, not because remember last Cap we saw was
Joe Biden was running for presidency.
He was Joe Biden like 72 years ago. Hey, young fella.
Well, Brandon was saying yesterday on our stream that Happy Hogan
could be a Skrull. Yes, Happy Hogan makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. He's just been trying to live a normal life. Right. He has not been trying to be bothered with all this stuff. He knows what who his boss is.
He's trying to stay out of.
He's just trying to stay out of trouble. I like the fact they made so many different suits.
Yeah.
I would like that one.
Yeah, that one looks good.
At a rave. I would like to wear one of those suits.
Yeah.
Do they make them in thick?
What about a cow?
Venus flytrap.
Yes.
$50 right now for turning Venus flytrap.
Switching engines from scramjet to fusion. Buckle up, folks.
That also just like, I hate y'all.
I know.
I hate you.
He has to just put up. He has to suffer so much bullshit from them. He's like, I already was on the right side of a war,
and now I gotta deal with this shit. I want to just die right now.
Could you be a giraffe? Oh. It's so weird knowing how Infinity War and Endgame go to see them dealing with all of the stones in their different forms.
Yes.
So they've just been floating for 6 years?
Just sitting there chilling in space. At least they got a pinball machine.
Then of course they're pissed then.
And she's still been... What if... Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, yo. What if Talos' wife got a side dude now and all of a sudden...
I do have to tell you about Frank.
So who the hell is Frank?
Don't worry. He's fine.
No, who the hell is Frank?
It's not what we have. What we have is different.
Who the hell is Frank?
He's just a guy who knows my needs. There really is a disparity in Skrull attractiveness in this movie.
Yeah, because like Talos is actually a sexy Skrull.
And Talos' wife is very, good looking.
She's very America's Next Top Model.
Who is this guy?
That's a black Skrull.
You can't make me participate in that. You can't do that to me. Samuel L. Jackson's like, hang on.
Let's see what she does.
Let's let this play out.
Look, this is you. She got abilities.
We are just humans.
He is a vampire. There is he was a light-skinned black dude they kidnapped and made blue.
Absolutely.
He was a dude
They immediately connected.
They was like, it's like, you know what? They say I don't belong either.
Look at my laptop for a second.
Look, the black kids don't want me to come over. The white kids don't want me to come by. I'll be blue.
I'm not participating in this.
Thanks to you, those insidious shapeshifters will threaten our borders no more.
I used to believe your lies.
Threaten our borders? Sounds like a certain campaign slogan.
We're gonna build a wall, and we're gonna make the Skrulls pay for it.
In space.
Space wall.
Yes, Lord. Go ahead.
I don't like Annette Bening being mean like this.
I do. I like it sexy. Get that aggression. Angry Annette.
Let her boss you around a bit.
Just slap you around and call you Susan. I warned you, Susan.
Really thought about this.
Did I? Or is this my brain just working on its own?
Wait, so her brother fell at a ropes course, and that reminded her of her fault?
But it is a lesson of no matter how many times you fall, you get back up. Now, I don't...
What was Dwayne Wade? Fall down 6 times, get up 7?
Yeah. So was Jesus, something like that. No, I think it's in the Bible. For some of y'all, like, what do you mean? It's in the Bible. But that is the lesson. Like, no matter what, you're taught, no matter how many times you fall, get back up, be strong. And this, look, I know there's a bunch of dudes like, I don't like shit. Why it's got to be a strong woman stand up? Like, yo, women are strong. I grew up with a single mother, strong.
Mm-hmm. The computer is.
This is what we're called. This is actually a real life representation of the writers in SAG versus AI.
Yes.
Veers represents the writers in SAG, and the AI is.
Isn't that Bening, sadly?
Yeah. I'm sitting there watching her glow up. I'm not finna just hold. You're supposed to start shooting. Listen, if I'm a soldier, I'm not waiting on command. I'm shooting her in the back.
Yes.
She's out.
They're like, it seems like she's powering up. Carol Danvers, Ultron. Once they're free, they're powerful.
There are no strings on me.
I've got no strings, and now I'm
free. There are no strings on me. Again, I wouldn't have cared about shooting none of the humans. It'd have just been shoot at her.
Right.
I'm not touching that thing.
You want me to get you an oven mitt?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm not a cat person.
I just realized it was called the quad jet then before it was the quin jet.
Mm-hmm.
But then it'd be the sex jet. But there was like, sun's getting real low, big fella.
It was Hulk and Nat's hookup spot for a while.
Yes, it was. Here's the thing. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done fighting.
No, yeah. Oh.
We're done. I quit.
Maria Rambeau is unfazed by most things.
She's a black woman in America.
True,
Granted, she's in space now, but...
Papa Smurf is about to get his.
Again, you see everybody catching this work. What makes you think you have a shot?
Yeah, let me try. I'm gonna take my turn.
This is when he decided to join the accusers. He's like, you know what? They did.
I can't do this anymore. Put some computers in my head.
Yeah. You know what? I'm watching this, and we've been watching this whole movie so far.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will be very honest, this movie is not, as everybody always said, Marvel is just formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
This movie does not follow the Marvel formula.
Not at all.
Because that's always been the big thing. Marvel is formulaic.
There's like 3 endings. I'll see you on Disney Plus.
I'll see you with the premium subscription. Oh God, holy!
I got the bundle.
I got the bundle.
I like college hockey.
Where did she get the cancer from? Is what we're gonna ask the question.
Right.
Because I and not being funny.
No.
Because
I think that's why Monica hates Carol.
Well, no, because Carol never was there. It's not even that. It's not. She doesn't hate her because of the cancer. She hated her because Carol was gone.
Oh, right.
The whole time while she was dealing with that.
Right.
But again, we don't know if it was just, various cancers, if anything being around Carol, maybe because it shows how Monica's special.
Right.
Maria caught, just it's so many different possibilities.
See, I think this is the point where people check out on this movie. They're like, well, now she's punching planes out of the sky.
I mean, but Captain Marvel,
Right.
she can.
Well, exactly. I think like her power set is not inaccurate.
It's just a different origin of her power set. This is why they wanted the Space Force. Could you imagine if in the 90s the United States had the Space Force?
Hey, I quit.
And all of a sudden President Clinton was like, we're gonna go ahead and bring the Space Force.
Hey, everybody. There's some Kree bastards coming in.
We're gonna mobilize the Space Force.
By the way, Carol Danvers has a banging body.
I'd play saxophone with her.
Turn off the light show and prove to me you can beat me without.
I know, blast him in the face. I ain't got to prove shit to you.
This is the MCU's Indiana Jones shooting the guy, juggling the swords. She's like, no, actually, I think not.
I have nothing to prove to you.
Yes. Thank you.
You can't do this.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Good timing. Good timing.
That was a close call.
Sam, not close to your face.
Those bad guys still in there somewhere. Mother.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just a scratch.
No, it's not just a scratch. See, this is the only problem I had with this scene. Well, they're children playing Uno, right?
Yeah.
So there is no real ramifications. If she was playing with a teenager, she'd have had a little Skrull heart broken. Draw two.
That's right.
Skip you, reverse, draw 4, Uno, the color's blue, and I'm out.
And then just a war on Earth.
A war on Earth. How'd the war start? Uno. What had happened? Okay, hear me out. One late Nick Fury night, right? He's been drinking. I've been drinking. And then he just go ahead and say,
How the hell did we end up in this place?
yep. All of a sudden he texts her. She come running.
Surfboard.
She come out there. Fury, you called? Hell yeah, I did.
Is there an emergency? Yeah.
Yes, there is. She said, you said, come play with my flirkin? What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
That's not a cat.
Come play with my flirkin.
And she's wearing her jacket again. She took the jacket back.
She said she didn't have to take it back, but she took it back. Hey, I know that building.
There was 10 buildings on screen.
That one Wilshire building.
Oh, yes.
So is it true that the Kree burned your eye out because you refused to give them the Tesseract?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Avenger.
A response team compromises the most able individuals humankind has to offer. The initiative will defend Earth.
So this is going to take me about 12 years, just so everybody knows.
So here's the beeper that Fury hits.
Right. What movie is that at the end of?
Civil
War?
Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
This is after Thanos snapped.
Right.
And you just see the millions and millions of people who died. That really sounds really
Finally, the Rock has come back
from being dusted.
Stop doing whatever the hell they were doing.
I'm a Skrull. Rhodey's a Skrull.
Remember everybody thought she was a Skrull because of the hair color?
Oh, yeah. This is basically the lead up to Secret Invasion.
So we know the theme of Secret Invasion is not going to be this lightheartedness.
Yeah.
It's going to be more Winter Soldier-esque.
Yeah. And the Skrulls are pissed because it's 25 years after this, right? Or 26 years. And they were promised a
whole new home.
And they haven't got it yet.
So again, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, I think that's how we go from getting regular Skrulls to we're pissed off Super Skrulls.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We're going to have some Secret Invasion content coming very soon. And Jay, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I'm very excited for Secret Invasion. You know, I'm excited to see who plays what, you know, from different characters.
Yeah.
Like, I think they said who Emilia Clarke is playing. I'm not 100% sure. I can remember.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for it, man. Again, Captain Marvel, for all intents and purposes, is a good movie. The people gave it a lot of shit because it's the movie after Endgame.
Right.
I mean, Infinity War, excuse me. So they were like, oh, we expect so much more, but it's like, no, we need to introduce this character to you.
Right.
So that's what
I agree. All right, everybody.
Wait, one more credit scene?
Like the animation to be like, remember when a cat coughs up a hairball? The exact sound and everything. We found the Tesseract, and there it is.
Thank you again for joining us.
We appreciate y'all.
Jay's got to go do a set at the Laugh Factory.
I got to go do something.
And I've got to serve my weekends in jail. So we thank you. We'll do another one of these soon, I hope.
Yes, we will.
Keep watching The Break Room. Subscribe to The Break Room. Follow us on social media. Follow Jay at
Mr. J Washington. Follow Tommy at
Professor Thomas Bechtold. No, at Tommy Bechtold. Follow our new Rockstars and, be good to each other.
Bye, y'all.